for Allie and I both, our baseball teams are still in the mix. We're coming down. It's the last week of the season. We still got a shot here.
Yeah, both of our teams are still in the mix. You are a Boston Red Sox fan. I am a Cleveland Guardians fan. Both of them, if the playoffs ended right now, they would be in the wild card. Mm-hmm. But to me, the bigger deal, and this is something that I know a lot of Ohio people have wanted for years, and it hasn't happened in a long time. I don't know. We need to Google when the last time this happened. Right now, if the playoffs started today, both Ohio teams would make it in. The Reds would be in the playoffs because they have, right now they're tied with the Mets, but they have the tiebreaker over the Mets for that third wild card spot in the National League.
Yeah. I kind of hope it stays this way.
I hope so too. I want it for the Reds so bad.
I do have a little bit of a soft spot for the Mets, but I have more of a soft spot for the Reds.
Yeah, they're my NL team. My dad loves, he grew up with the Big Red Machine, so he talked about the Reds all the time. I've always been more of a Cleveland fan, but I would love to see them make it into the playoffs.
And in the National League, the Reds would be such a David versus Goliath thing, where you're talking about the Dodgers and the Padres and the Cubs, historic franchises with big payrolls, and then the Reds owner literally doesn't want to, he would rather lose money and win.
He'd rather
lose games and win money,
right?
Have money than the Reds make the playoffs. So, it'll be interesting. I hope they kind of make it. Whereas the Guardians, I just think the Guardians are more interesting than the Astros. As a Red Sox fan, I feel like we have a little bit of a history with the Astros. They've kind of knocked us out a lot in recent years. The Guardians, I just don't see as a threat. So I would like to have them in.
Yeah. I agree with you. It says the last time that both teams made it in was actually during the expanded 2020 playoff postseason.
Oh, yeah, everybody
but that doesn't count.
Yeah, that
doesn't count. We need the real time that they both made it in. It says that the last time that they both made it to the championship series was 1995, but it looks like both teams, when they made it to a regular playoffs, was 2013.
Dang. It's
been a minute.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And that would surely make things exciting. This is going to be a fun final week, though. Today, there's 3 games, but they don't really matter. But then the rest of the week, everybody's playing throughout the entire rest of the week. The Red Sox are 1 game up on the Guardians and Astros for the last wild card spot. The Guardians are still trying to chase the Tigers, who they start a series with tomorrow, for the division title as well. So kind of a 4-way race for what is 3 spots in the American League. And then the National League, the Reds and Mets are tied for the last spot. The Diamondbacks are only a game behind. And the Giants still technically, they're 3 games. They could maybe have a long shot at it. So it's going to be 6 days of where it's going to feel like playoff games for these teams.
I know it's feeling a lot like a play-in tournament almost because of how these series have set up. I don't know how they did the scheduling this year, but we need to give them a lot of props because how they scheduled this series with a huge Seattle-Houston series we had over the weekend, a huge series with Detroit and Cleveland starting on Tuesday. It just really bared out well for Major League Baseball.
And we've just gotten lucky because even as they've expanded the playoffs, there's been years where you come down to the final week and everything's basically wrapped up.
Right.
Yeah. And after 162 games, I guess you wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But this year, everybody's much more, it feels even. And so, or at least the teams haven't run away with it.
Yeah.
So we get some fun races.